A year ago, Iran embarked on a daunting task of gigantic proportions to start redirecting the unsupportable subsidies on fuel and food toward productivity and development. The endeavour was part of a 7-step economic overhaul plan. The government was spending approximately $100 billion on subsidizing energy prices and many consumable goods like bread, sugar, rice, cooking oil and medicine. And this in itself had encouraged a culture of tragic waste. In the past 3 decades, fuel prices were the prime factor accounting for a 500% rise in Iran's domestic energy consumption. And that's hardly surprising when a litre of petrol cost less than a litre of bottled water. The Iranian nation has been receiving subsidies since before the revolution, but after the political upheaval of 1979 and the devastating war that followed, the government decided to continue supporting the people. But it has been a terrible burden for a government under every kind of pressure from Western nations. It was President Ahmadinejad that decided to make subsidy reform one of the key events of his term in office. It certainly was not a publicity stunt, as the nation was quite accustomed to dirt-cheap fuel, but it was a vital and courageous financial decision. The question is, how well has this major project been executed in the past year? That's what we'll be discussing in this episode of Iran Today. In January 2010, the subsidy reform plan was implemented. It was described as the most major surgery to the nation's economy in half a century.
ما 2 تا هدف عمده از اجرای قانون هدفمندسازی یارانه‌ها داشتیم. یک، کاهش فاصله طبقاتی در کشور و شکافی که بین فقیر و غنی بود این رو کاهش بدیم. عملاً یعنی یک قدم به جلو برای عدالت اجتماعی. نکته دوم هم صرفه‌جویی در مصرف، چرا که میدونید در کشور ما ایران 4 برابر میانگین دنیا مصرف انرژی داریم. خب میدونیم 4 برابر دنیا رفاه نداریم، 4 برابر دنیا تولید ناخالص داخلی نداریم و این نشان میده که قسمت اعظم این مصرف انرژی بی‌رویه است و میبایستی به صورت اساسی روش فکر کرد.
The sheer scale of the project and the inevitable effect it was to have on the people forced the government to create a buffer for them. It was decided that every Iranian citizen would receive a cash handout every 2 months to make up for the price hikes.
خب ببینید اتفاقی که افتاد این بود که قیمت‌ها واقعاً افزایش داشت. مثلا ما در زمینه برق 2 برابر افزایش قیمت داشتیم، در حوزه قیمت گاز 3.5 برابر افزایش قیمت داشتیم، در مورد نفت و کوره نزدیک 10 برابر افزایش قیمت بود. قیمت‌ها واقعاً جهش قابل ملاحظه‌ای داشت. برای همین خیلی‌ها برآورد می‌کردن که یه آشفتگی ایجاد میشه، به هم ریختگی ایجاد میشه، تورم‌های حتی بالای 50% رو علاوه بر تورم موجود، یعنی مثلا 60-70% تورم رو پیش بینی می‌کردن که خب خوشبختانه اتفاق نیفتاد.
At first, the amount each person was to get was supposed to be determined by his or her income and assets. Forms were distributed across the country so people could report their earnings, etc. But this method didn't work for various reasons. In the end, everyone started to receive the same amount, regardless of their financial strata.
45,500 تومان ما به هر ایرانی میدیم، در شهر یا روستا، دختر، پسر، پیر، جوان، مرد، زن. هر کس که کد ملی ایرانی رو داره و متقاضی دریافت یارانه بوده، ما این 45,500 تومان رو ماهیانه به هر نفر میدیم. ببینید این سهم ایرانی، هر ایرانی از یارانه است که تو این مرحله توزیع میشه، یه سهم یکسانی است.
Government subsidies had